I'm Sammy Mammo. Coming up on State of Events, I'll take you to the Berkeley protest tied to the police killings of Michael Brown and Eric Garner.
Some Bay Area police officers are getting some new equipment. I'm Oscar Maciel, and coming up on State of Events, I'll show you how local departments are using mini cameras to help keep an eye on things.
I'm Diane Tao, and I'll tell you why this new mayor in San Pablo is already making history.
Welcome to State of Events. I'm Bianca de la Paz.
And I'm Leslie McKinney. Thanks for joining us. Protests against police brutality are taking place every day across the nation. In the Bay Area, they started in Oakland, then San Francisco. Now they are happening in Berkeley. Reporter Sammy Mammo is in the newsroom with a closer look at what they've left in their wake.
Thank you, Leslie. Protesters are wreaking havoc in Berkeley on a nightly basis, and while the protests typically start out peacefully, chaos ends up ruling the night. Thousands of protesters have made their voices heard in the Bay Area. The heavy majority of them have been peaceful. But as the night drags on, those that want to do more than chant tend to take over and cause thousands in damage to businesses in the area by smashing windows, spray painting, and looting. City leaders are not happy about that behavior.
I'm seeing many of our local businesses in downtown and in various parts of the city be vandalized. That's not the kind of message we should be sending about the police brutality that's happened.
Although it's costing them money, some business owners are sympathetic to the cause and the vandals, saying a window can be replaced, a life can't. The protesters have also made a habit of interrupting traffic, some going as far as to chain themselves to a BART train. In the early morning hours on Tuesday, 150 people were arrested by the CHP for halting traffic on Highway 880. Support for the protests is wide-ranging. Many understand the demonstrators' right to protest, but ask that they do so safely and peacefully. Live in the newsroom, Sammy Mammo, State of Events.
Thanks, Sammy. Police departments across the country are adopting a new law enforcement tool. The Michael Brown shooting in Ferguson, Missouri is prompting the use of body cameras. Reporter Oscar Maciel joins us in the studio. He found out what they are and how they aim to help. Oscar?
Thanks, Bianca. Much of the controversy surrounding the Michael Brown shooting is the lack of video evidence. San Francisco's no stranger to this kind of controversy. Back in March, San Francisco police shot and killed 28-year-old Alex Nieto. Demonstrators demanded police accountability. Nieto's family is suing the SFPD. Many hope that equipping police with body cameras might add more evidence in future encounters.
Before Michael Brown, San Francisco marched for Alex Nieto. But police shot Nieto after he allegedly reached for a weapon in San Francisco's Bernal Heights neighborhood. Since Nieto's death, District 11 Supervisor John Avalos has pushed for the use of body cameras. Avalos says police support cameras because they help against false accusations, while watchdog groups support cameras because they reduce police misconduct.
Everything you do, you're on audio and video.
Police can record their encounters with the public from a small mounted device. Some states are already putting them to good use. Jacqueline Oriana, the manager of a Houston police supply store, says the cameras promote accountability.
It turns the case from he said, she said to the evidence showing that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
But some people are concerned about the use of cameras. Brad Lemon is president of the Kansas City Fraternal Order of Police. His face is blacked out to protect his identity for a current assignment. He says capturing footage is more complicated than it seems.
We have to worry about people's rights to some sort of privacy. They're telling us things that are the most tragic circumstances that could have ever happened to them, but we're recording it. And now somebody can file a Freedom of Information issue, and that lady's information is out there.
Police in San Francisco, San Jose, Richmond, and other areas in California are testing the cameras, but it's unclear if or when they'll become standard issue. Reporting live, Oscar Maciel, State of Events. Back to you, Leslie.
Thank you, Oscar. According to the CDC, Alzheimer's is the 6th leading cause of death in the United States. It influences the person with the disease. It also impacts their family and caregivers as well. Reporter Erica Catteray tells us about a recent law that affects the patient-caregiver relationship. Erica?
Leslie, a state law passed this year as a result of a lawsuit that happened more than 5 years ago. A caregiver sued her Alzheimer's patient after being stabbed while on the job. The court ruled that caregivers should know that the disease causes a patient to act aggressively, and it would not be fair to allow caregivers to sue their employers or patients.
Justice Carol Corrigan mentioned if a caregiver is not warned in advance that their patient is violent, or if their injury has nothing to do with the symptoms of the disease, this ruling does not cover those issues. I spoke with a Bay Area caregiver from Home Instead Senior Care. I asked her if she ever experienced getting physically injured from someone on the job.
I didn't experience that, but I heard some other caregivers that said they have clients that, they will curse you, they will slap you, or they will spit on you. But for me, I understand that sometimes they don't think clear.
However, Justice Lawrence Rubin said that not all people with Alzheimer's are violent. Michael Randolph shared that his grandma had early stages and only lost her memory. She showed no signs of physical aggression.
She became somewhat reclusive. She did not recognize me and kept on thinking that I was a burglar. So it made things really hard.
A California judge urged lawmakers to develop special training standards for caregivers. It's not certain whether this new law will create a shortage of caregivers in the future. The Alzheimer's Association lists resources for caregivers as well as people battling the disease and their families. You can visit alz.org to find out more, as well as ways you can help to find a cure. Reporting for State of Events live in San Francisco, I'm Erica Cataray.
All right, Erica. Educators in San Francisco now have a better chance to stay, live, and work here in San Francisco. Just in time for the holidays, the San Francisco Unified School District and the Teachers Union reached a contract agreement. It guarantees educators a 12% raise over the next 3 years. The teachers have been without a contract since June. More than 4,000 teachers, counselors, librarians, and nurses will be affected. Although negotiations began almost a year ago, the teachers union was originally asking for a 20% raise.
The new mayor of San Pablo is a trailblazer, not just for women in leadership roles, but also for an Asian community. Reporter Diane Tao introduces the first Mien mayor in the United States. Diane?
Bianca, some people may have never heard of the Mien culture. I have some insight on what that culture is, and also new Mayor Kathy Chow Rothberg.
The Mien people are originally a tribal group that's actually recognized by the Chinese government. It's one of 55 that the Chinese government recognizes as their own ethnic race.
Kathy Chow Rothberg sworn in as mayor of San Pablo on December 1st. I spoke with Mayor Chow Rothberg about that night.
Many of the audience who came to my ceremony on Monday shared with me that they actually felt really emotional about the event. It was the first time that they saw so many Asian Americans in the chamber.
The Mien community took it to social media to share their support.
The overwhelming response has been extremely positive. People are very happy that they wanted their own.
Wearing many hats is who she is.
She's a mother first, she's a wife second, and she is the mayor third.
She also works as the executive director at the Laos Family Community to serve refugees and immigrants. Giving back to the community will continue to be her mission. But while she's at home, her mom cap is on and is setting as a great example for her daughter.
I'm proud of her.
The mayor's future project includes opening a new library, sports complex, and maintaining a functioning emergency hospital. Reporting live, I'm Diane Tao, State of Events. Back to you.
Still ahead on State of Events, the recent rain has caused some trouble in the Bay Area. Rocky Mathers talked to San Franciscans to learn what they think about the storm.
And later, soon you'll be able to buy another sweet treat online. We'll explain what and how next.
Wet weather in San Francisco leads to a big hole in the ground. In fact, it's as big as some San Francisco apartments. I'm Sheree Honeycutt, and I'll have more coming up on State of Events.
Coming up on State of Events, I paid a visit to James Kenney Community Center in Berkeley, where I found myself sitting and dribbling down the court. I'll have that next.
We shop at the American Cancer Society Discovery Shops for
designer clothes, household items, and quality collectibles.
I volunteer at the American Cancer Society Discovery Shops to benefit a cure for cancer.
We donate to Discovery Shops where profits go towards cancer research, education, and patient services. Discover your shop.
Discover a cure. Discovery Shops.
Welcome back to State of Events. With all the wet weather we've been having, the roads have some scary hazards. Sheree Honeycutt tells us how a pothole became a gaping 20 by 20 foot hole in the middle of an intersection. Sheree?
Leslie, it started out like this, and then it continued to grow. Sinkholes in San Francisco seem to be a trend, and it's all because of an aging sewer system where some of the pipes are over 100 years old.
I came out in the morning when there was already one hole, and as I was standing here, boom, the rest went down, and it was a big crunching sound, and the gates of hell opened up to take us in.
A large sinkhole opened up after a night of rain in San Francisco's Richmond district at Lake Street and 6th Avenue. Crews went to work fitting the pipe and filling in the giant hole. It took through the week and into the next. A connector sewer line broke, causing much of the dirt under the asphalt to wash away, weakening the street.
A woman was driving down Lake Street when her car hit a piece of cracked asphalt just like this one. And then everything crumbled in, almost to the size of some San Francisco apartments. The SFPUC tells me while they can't predict the next disaster, they're preparing for it.
We've got a program in place called the Sewer System Improvement Program that is looking at ways to enhance and upgrade our system so that we're prepared for whatever comes next, be it an earthquake or another sinkhole.
One person did have fun at the sinkhole's expense. They put it up for rent on Craigslist. They said that the listing had just opened up with a skylight for $2,800 a month, utilities not included. In San Francisco, I'm Sheree Honeycutt for State of Events. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Sheree. Well, the latest storms have caused problems for more than just drivers. Rocky Mathers has the story on how the rain is affecting the rest of the city. Rocky?
Thank you. The weather has been causing a lot of damage all over the Bay Area, and San Franciscans I talked to said the city should invest more money into preventing weather damage.
Potholes, flooding, accidents, oh my, are some of the things that the Bay Area has dealt with in the first days of rain. California is facing a water drought, for which we need all the rain we can get. However, this rain, along with bad sewage lines and bad construction, has been affecting businesses in the South of Market district of San Francisco.
I know it's not uncommon in the neighborhood. I haven't experienced flooding to this extent. It's come in slightly past the door previously, and it wasn't black water previously. It was just, rainwater.
It's not that Bay Areans don't want the rain. We need it. But it's like the San Francisco residents said, there needs to be more planning and investment from the city of San Francisco.
I think right now they should invest in flooding or preparing for flooding because it could really damage properties. It could damage the streets because I know that after the storm last week there were some big old holes that appeared in the streets. They should really prepare for that because it could really damage and it can cost the city a lot more money than it should because just preparing for that doesn't really cost that much compared to fixing a whole street.
The most recent storm is believed to be the strongest since 2009, but the National Weather Service says California still has a long way to go to relieve the effects of the drought. Reporting live, I'm Rocky Mathers for State of Events.
Thanks, Rocky. Despite the bad weather, there's something that you can count on: Thin Mints, Tagalongs, and Samoas. Girl Scout cookie season is coming up. Reporter Christy Reno says there's a new way to buy them. Christy, what way will Girl Scouts be selling their cookies this season?
Well, Bianca, Girl Scouts are going to become a lot more tech savvy this cookie season. They will be selling their cookies online and through an app called Cocoa Direct. Online sales will be an addition to selling the cookies in person.
Hello, would you like to try some Girl Scout cookies?
This is a popular way for Girl Scouts to sell their beloved cookies. But now the 112-year-old organization has made it so you can buy Girl Scout cookies online. It's called Digital Cookie. Girls will be able to customize a profile on this site to sell their cookies. They are able to upload a video for their profile so that people will know who they are supporting. More features from the site include sending emails, tracking sales, and capability for customers to buy cookies with a credit card and have them shipped directly to them. In the past, the organization banned online cookie sales for being unfair, but now they are promoting the use of girls using technology and using it safely with the standards they have set up.
Safety aspect is what I like most because it gives me the opportunity to approve everything before the girls actually send it out online.
In the Bay Area, Girl Scout cookies will cost $5 a box, same as last year. But beware, with online sales, there will be shipping and handling fees. And as usual, the cookie season starts in February. But remember, it's not just about the cookies, but about the proceeds going back to your community. Reporting live in San Francisco for State of Events, I'm Christy Reno. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Christy. The holiday season is here, and people all over the Bay Area are preparing care packages for our troops overseas. The packages are often filled with clothing, toiletries, and cards, anything that will brighten the holiday for our troops. There's a continuous need for items like playing cards, gum, and chapstick, but handwritten letters can often touch lives. If you're interested in sending some love this holiday season, there are many organizations that will help. To get started, check out these websites. A small gift from back home may mean the world to our men and women overseas. There's a Bay Area nonprofit organization where almost any sport imaginable is available for kids and adults.
Reporter Katie Welge explains a special organization specifically for disadvantaged people.
What do I love most about BORP? BORP's my family, and you can't really love your family much more than that.
Bay Area Outreach and Recreation Program, also known as BORP, advances the lives of people with physical disabilities through sports and recreational activities. This includes wheelchair basketball for adults and children, cycling for veterans, power soccer, or even goalball for the blind. Located in Berkeley, this nonprofit program hosts sports of all kinds for all disabilities. It is a great way for people who may be at a disadvantage to get out there and play.
The story of BORP is really about this need that if you're a physically disabled person, really, there are very few, if any, opportunities to get involved with sports and recreation activities.
BORP, also known as Bay Area Outreach and Recreation Program, is an organization based in Berkeley, where almost any person of any age can find themselves playing any sport imaginable.
Berkeley to play some ball with Trooper and John, who are both coordinators of the wheelchair basketball program at BORP. After learning about their program, little did I know I was in for not only a practice, but to become a teammate for a little scrimmage. As I learned I was not the best, I also learned that this sport was not very easy.
Everything that you see in studies that how sport enhances the lives of able-bodied kids, how it creates self-esteem or helps increase their self-esteem, increase self-confidence, increase social development, gives them a sense of community. Those same principles exist for kids with disabilities, and even on a larger scale. Right now we've been doing kind of a mini study over the last couple of years, and we're able to show that participation in sports programs can influence academics, and we can influence positive enrollment in school and decrease negative attendance issues in school. And so for those components alone, it's really important that families understand the benefits that sport offers kids in general, but specifically kids with disabilities.
As much fun as I had on the court with these guys, their main message to everyone is to get up and get in the gym no matter what. In Berkeley, I'm Katie Welge, State of Events.
Thanks, Katie. If you're looking to spice up your style and save some cash, Solana Salon in Lower Haight may be the right place for you. Starting in the new year, Solana will offer free haircuts for men every first Thursday of the month. Well, what's the catch? The cuts are barber's choice. Event organizers plan a different theme haircut every time. As for January, the salon says gentlemen can look forward to a mohawk motif.
There's still a lot to come on State of Events.
Bill Cosby, Chris Brown, and Angelina Jolie. I'm Michelle Quintero, and coming up on State of Events, I'll catch you up on what's happening with Hollywood.
I'm Victoria Alanis, and coming up on State of Events, I'll show you how 49er fans and Raider fans celebrated the Battle of the Bay outside of the Coliseum. Stay tuned.
I'm Erica Catteray, and coming up on State of Events, I'll introduce you to a new device to help fight against drunk driving.
The American Cancer Society Discovery Shops are a chain of unique retail stores that help fight cancer.
I shop here because it helps save lives.
Their proceeds have helped fund over 40 Nobel Prize winners.
I don't just shop here for the designer clothing. I shop here because it gets me involved.
You can find everything from clothing and jewelry to furniture and collectibles.
I shop here because it matters.
And for the great deals.
Much has been done, but we still need to do more. Discover for yourself. Discovery Shops.
Welcome back. I'm Michelle Quintero, your entertainment reporter. To start off, the Grammys are trying something new this year. Instead of revealing their nominations all at once, the Recording Academy decided to leak the list of nominees little by little. A handful were revealed on CBS's This Morning, while others were disclosed on Twitter. Nominees of the last category to be revealed, Album of the Year, were named on CBS's concert special, A Very Grammy Christmas. The 2015 Grammy nominees have been revealed. Beyoncé leads the pack with 6 nominations, giving her a total of 53 nods throughout her career. That means she is the most nominated female artist in history. Sam Smith equaled Beyoncé with 6 nominations, including one for his hit song Stay With Me, which was picked up for both Record and Song of the Year. Taylor Swift's Shake It Off was also nominated for those categories. Other Record of the Year nominees include Iggy Azalea's Fancy, featuring Charlie XCX, Sia's Chandelier, and All About That Bass by Meghan Trainor. The 2015 Grammy Awards will be broadcast live by CBS on February 8, 2015. In other news, Prince William and Kate Middleton hit the Big Apple. It was the couple's first visit to New York City, and their schedule was action-packed. The couple arrived without the company of their son, Prince George. They kicked off the weekend by visiting the 9/11 Memorial, and Prince William took a trip to Washington, D.C. to speak to President Obama. Meanwhile, Americans got to take a look at Kate's growing baby bump.
You know you did it, and I hope he's looking at my face now and remember me in that Hilton hotel room, because I can never forget.
3 of Cosby's accusers recently opened up about their allegations to Entertainment Tonight. A total of 24 women have accused Cosby of sexual assault. Bill Cosby denies the allegations, but has yet to make a public statement addressing these claims.
There is no comment about that.
Now on to much lighter news. Chris Brown recently announced he's single. The singer proclaimed his status at a Christmas concert in Los Angeles.
Well, I'm single too.
He was lastly linked to on-again and off-again girlfriend Karrueche Tran. Angelina Jolie recently stopped a fan from crying. After her appearance on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, the actress was showered by fans waiting for her outside the studio. The crowd was so chaotic that one of the fans, Tecna de Chanel, was squished by the mob and suffered a panic attack. Jolie noticed the fan struggling and pulled her to the side to calm her down. She even took a selfie with her. The pic was later posted on Instagram by Deschanel with the caption, "I will remember this." Now on to the latest with the box office. It was a slow weekend at the movies. Less than $80 million were generated. According to Deadline.com, this was the lowest post-Thanksgiving Day weekend since 1998. The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 still holds the #1 spot at $21.5 million. The Penguins of Madagascar, Horrible Bosses 2, Big Hero 6, and Interstellar round up the top 5. The Battle of the Bay rolled into Oakland Sunday, where the Raiders proved they still have a little more fight in them. 49er and Raider faithful came together to celebrate the Bay Area rivalry with food and football. We sent reporter Victoria Alaniz to check out San Francisco's weekly tailgate party.
Thanks, Michelle. For the fans who couldn't make their way into O.Co Coliseum for the Battle of the Bay, some did find themselves in tailgate heaven at Soma Street Food Park. Well, heaven at least until the game started. Heartfelt cheers from the few Oakland Raider fans at Soma Street Food Park didn't get lost in the sea of red and gold jerseys. The Battle of the Bay viewing party featured tailgating essentials. It was the perfect place for fans of both Bay Area teams to enjoy the game outside of the Coliseum. Whether you were there to watch, eat, play, or all three, you definitely did not miss out on what some Raider fans describe as their Super Bowl.
That's the only game that we've ever been happy about. I think we really knew we were terrible, so this is the one we were hoping we would win. It was like our Super Bowl, unfortunately.
Soma Street Food Park hosts weekly viewing parties for every 49ers game and often includes specialty food and drinks like beers from the Red and Gold City itself. Or they offer drink discounts each game the Niners take home a win. But unfortunately, Niner fans weren't so lucky this game, and Raider fans were definitely basking in their glory.
That's why we're happy about it.
I thought we were going to lose really big, so I was like, all I wanted was a close game. So I was happy either way, but definitely happy that they won, for sure.
The Oakland fans I spoke to were more than happy with the win, with some describing it as the only game that matters. Soma Street Food Park is hosting another viewing party this Sunday when the 49ers take on the Seahawks. Reporting live, I'm Victoria Alaniz. Back to you, Michelle.
Thanks, Victoria. That's it for your weekly entertainment update. Back to you, Leslie and Bianca.
All right, Michelle. According to the World Health Organization, millions of people around the globe die from alcohol-related deaths.
Some of those are drunk driving. Erica Catteray has the story on a new device to try and save lives. Erica?
The FBI reports that there has been over 1 million DUI arrests in the United States within 1 year's time. Thousands of people die each year as a result of drunk driving. One college student shared his story.
A bunch of drunk drivers going to a club or something, but they're at a stop and it was my turn to go because of the crosswalk said go, so I went and then they didn't stop and they just bumped me, pushed me aside onto the ground. When I looked into their car, I could see there's alcohol in the car.
The National Transportation Safety Board has been recommending that the legal blood alcohol content level be lowered to 0.05. So what is the current legal limit in California?
The BAC, which is 0.08, will be that that is just by law they're considered to be over the legal limit. However, somebody that's under the legal limit doesn't mean that they're not under the influence. That can affect people in different ways depending on their weight, their height, how often they drink.
Breathometer just released a new product called Breeze, which can help detect your BAC level instantly.
A wireless smartphone breathalyzer that's actually designed to be portable as well as wearable to give consumers the ability to make more informed decisions. It has a free app, the Breathometer app, and I just power on the product. So the key on this is that you can carry it around, put it in your pocket, wear it with you, and when you're ready to do a test, ask a simple question. Has it been 20 minutes since your last drink? Simply hit yes, and breathe into it for 5 seconds. Had alcohol been detected, it actually would have shown a BAC level.
Now Breeze also tells you how long it'll take for your BAC level to go back down to 0. If you're still not ready to get behind the wheel, the app also shows you safe ways and alternatives to get home. It also shows places you can wait to sober up. Reporting for State of Events, I'm Erica Catteray.
Still ahead on State of Events, I'll show you an area in San Francisco that has a new holiday look.
Baseball season is over, but the Giants are still celebrating. I'll tell you why next.
Coming up on State of Events, a big college football game proved that there's still problems at Levi Stadium. I'll have that for you next.
When it's time to choose healthcare for your child, you want the best. When it's time for an important medical decision, you want a professional you can trust. At Valencia Health Services, your time is well spent. We provide professional quality healthcare. Valencia Health Services, dedicating quality time to every child, every visit. Committed to professional healthcare because your child's health is our first priority. Valencia Health Services, quality time because we care.
Welcome back to State of Events. I'm sports reporter Ashley Keene. The San Francisco Giants and their fans are celebrating another victory in the books. World Series MVP Madison Bumgarner is the 2014 Sports Illustrated Sportsman of the Year. There's no question Bumgarner deserved this award, but it came as quite the surprise to him.
It's the most humbling award that an athlete can win, in my opinion. It's crazy. I feel like maybe you guys made a mistake.
No mistakes made here. Madison pitched 52 innings in the postseason with a 1.03 ERA, allowing only 6 earned runs. He joins other sports legends like Peyton Manning, Joe Montana, and Sandy Koufax, along with many other greats. This is not the only news in baseball. With winter meetings in session, trades are being made across the board. One trade some athletic fans are questioning is Brandon Moss to the Indians. The 2014 All-Star player batted .234 with 25 home runs in 147 games for the A's. For Moss, the Athletics received minor league infielder Joe Wendell in return. There are fans that question if Wendell was enough in return for the strong bat of Moss. However, those who have followed Wendell in the minors give him high praise and have high hopes. Moving on to football, Raiders in search for their second win of the season found it in Battle of the Bays. Oakland upset the 49ers 24-13 at home. Rookie quarterback Derek Carr passed for 254 yards, while Kaepernick passed for 174, throwing an interception the first play of the game. While the entire Niner team failed to perform, Kaepernick took most of the heat.
You feel like you were giving your best for what you've done in the past?
I'm giving everything I have every time I step on that field. We aren't executing at the same level.
While on the other side of the field, Raiders were praised for standing their ground.
It's what I've been telling you guys all along, okay? There's no let up in this group, okay?
No, sir.
Listen, we decide when it's over.
Love that group in there. They're resilient. I've been saying it over and over and over again.
You know, we are not a 2 and whatever team when you watch us practice and work. Obviously, our record is what it is, and that's who we are. But our mindset isn't like that.
The Raiders face the Chiefs this weekend, the Silver and Black looking for their third win of the season. You remember the Raiders beat the Chiefs for their first victory this year. And Niners travel to Seattle to take on the Seahawks and the 12th man. The Pac-12 Conference hosted the 2014 championship game at Levi Stadium, hosting the Oregon Ducks and Arizona Wildcats. While the big game was something to look forward to, parking and traffic still seemed to be an issue at the stadium. Sports reporter Katie Welge has the story.
Number 2 Oregon and number 7 Arizona battled for the title, and there were still thousands of empty seats. And even without a full house, there still seemed to be problems at the stadium. This past Friday, the Pac-12 had their 2 best teams compete for the championship title holder. Between the Oregon Ducks and Arizona Wildcats, the Ducks took victory early on as the Wildcats trailed for a majority of the game. This year's Heisman finalist and Oregon Ducks quarterback Marcus Mariota helped carry the team to a 51-31 claim of the 2014 Pac-12 football champions.
You know, we had a lot of motivation going into this game. This was, you know, our goal when we started the year was to be able to win the conference. And, you know, we didn't try to put too much emphasis on it, to be honest with you, because, you know, that's going to cause a distraction and not allow you to play to your abilities. And for us, we just wanted to go out there and play the best game that we could.
Aside from the Ducks taking the title, this year's game was held at the new Levi Stadium. Even though ticket sales for the game did not amount to prior expectations, the stadium alone is still trying to handle parking and traffic situations.
Obviously, we had some issues leaving the stadium, but I think, you know, that's to be expected when 70,000 people leave a given area at the exact same time.
The 49ers and their partners are looking for new ways to solve these issues. And even with a big championship game, it proved with a small crowd that there are still problems that need to be fixed. Reporting live, I'm Katie Welge, State of Events. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Katie. That's it in sports. Back to you, Bianca.
It's the jolliest time of the year. Winter Walk is here. Every holiday season around this time, 2 blocks of Stockton Street are blocked off for the city's very own version of a winter wonderland. Winter walkers can expect all kinds of merry activities and entertainment. All the holiday classics from Ghirardelli chocolates to the adorable Macy's SPCA window puppies will be there. Winter Walk takes place nightly, now through New Year's Day. Well, that wraps up State of Events. I'm Bianca de la Paz.
And I'm Leslie McKinney. We'll be taking a break, but we'll see you back here in February.